Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful painting. We would like to work together this nice sunset, and I'm going to work with acrylic paint. So we have acrylic paint, it can be tube or jar, both are okay and fine because they are creamy style. And we have brushes. I prefer to go with different size of brushes, like the bigger one for hold the painting, smaller for some details and a smaller part, and then a round and pointy brush for this branch of trees, which is liney and has a lots of details and pointy. But if you have just one brush like a flat, with this side of brush we can make all these beautiful movement. The other things that we need is a surface that we need to paint. It can be canvas, it can be wood. I'm going to work with this wood panel this time. Wood board, actually. This is the wood board, and it's the brand is Apollon. And I'm satisfied with this texture. It's so soft and really good for painting. The other things that we need to go with is palette paper or plastic plate. I recommend to go with this kind of tools that don't need to clean it, and just one paper sheet, put it in the garbage. It's so easy to work with it because acrylic has glue inside and not easy to get rid of it. And the glass of water, it's always useful to have for cleaning our brushes, and rag or napkin to clean our brushes as well. So let's start painting together. Okay, so I'm going to add the colors on my palette. I use a red, it's permanent red, brown, orange, yellow, and white color to painting my sky. And the sky is so colorful. It has mixture of red and brown, so I take my red a little bit here, and I take brown as well to make the warm red color that it's so nice for my sunset. Mix them together to reach darker tone. Little by little I add the brown because brown it's so dark and can change the value easily. Because of that, it's better to mix little by little and see what happened. So I'm going to use this mixture of brown and red. Use red, orange, yellow, and the sun is white color. So clean the palette knife. I'm going to choose one brush that is good for the size. And most of the surface of my board is covered by sky, so I put more space for the sky and less for the sea. I draw the line to separate sky from the sea, which is this line would be great to go with. I'm start adding this dark reddish color on the surface. And move the brush from left to right to cover the surface. Always is better to have heavy paint because heavy paint can cover the painting any surface like canvas or wood or even wood panel so easily, and can cover all the white of the canvas easily, or this browny color of wood. And then move into the red color, pure red color at the same time, because the sky is blending toward brown to the red and then toward orange and yellow. So at the same time, when it's wet, it's a good time to mix another color on top and even bring the red into the brown. Let them mix together. I'm not going to go the other side because it should be orangey. Clean my brush a little bit, just with the napkin, not with the water. Move on with orange. Let it move to the red. Even with orange, we move it a little bit further toward up. Even if you think that we need a little red into the orange, bring some red into the orange and then bring it down. Clean it again by napkin. I'm going to use yellow. On the edges, I'm going to use more yellow into the orange and bring the orange to the yellow a little bit to let them blend to each other. And give me a nice surface for sky. But on top I need a little bit lighter tone of yellow, so I take white color and mix with the yellow color to reach some lighter tone a little bit. And yellow, when it mixes with white color, it gets so powerful and more heavy, so it can cover the surface easily. Even I think we need some brush stroke with this reddish yellow, white and yellow mixture. Take more yellow. Pure yellow, I'm going to bring it here more. And let it move into the orange. Even around the sun, we need to have more yellowy tone. Okay, now for next part I'm going to use purple, light and dark purple for the sea. So it starts from the dark color of sea here, it's a purpley, and in between, because of the way we have a white color, and then it's move on to the light purple, a little bit reflection of the sky effect on the sea as well, and we can see some yellowy orangey on this part till move on toward the flat color of light purple. So again, I'm going to use flat brush for this part as well, and I already have this brush that it's yellowy orangey, so I keep it for that. And then move on with the other brush that's add purple on it. So I'm going to use pure paint. It's dark and light purple. If you have just one of them, even if it's dark, you can make light with the white color. If the purple is light, I think we need to add like that. We need to add a little bit more blue in it, or even red rose to make it more darker. Especially blue can be ultramarine blue, because ultramarine blue is dark. So very gently I try to cover the surface and move the brush stroke from left to right to add this dark purple. Bring it a little bit up. In between I'm going to add a little lighter purple as well to help me nice movement to have. Clean the brush with napkin. I'm not going to use any water, just the purple. And even some stroke with the light purple into the dark. And we can make some wave with the dark tone as well on top of the lighter tone. That's interesting because sea always has a wave. Clean the brush. With the pure purple even we can make this wave as well here into the dark. Not much wave from light to the dark, it's move like that, that would be enough. And I'm not letting this part get dry. I would like to bring another tone, which is orangey purpley, orangey reddish. Inside the purple, I move on with the other brush. And take some red first. And then orange. A little bit more orange and yellow try to add. Now the pure yellow. I'm going to use pure color for this painting more. And even some stroke like that to show that the wave on top of the sea. I don't want to see this separation line in between, so bring some orange toward the purple. And bring some yellow to the purple as well. A little bit heavy texture would be okay to use and make the wave. Then clean the brush, move on with the other one, which is covered by purpley tone. And even at the same time, I can take lighter purple to bring it into the orange and yellow. And even the edges of horizon is purpley. Okay, next part is shaping the rock here, and we have already the brown, dark brown. It can be Van Dyke, it can be burnt umber, both are dark. And I'm going to shape the rock here. The sky is completely dry, so it's okay to bring brownie color and shape the rock on the right side of our surface. So, and because of the rock, we can use even heavy paint with a texture, which is so nice. Toward a little bit a center of canvas. And I'm going to use heavy paint with a texture. With heavy texture, it takes a little bit more time to get draw, but sometimes it's so interesting, even for some shape which is like a rock and we need to have heavy paint, something like that. It's interesting to use texture on top. And even a little bit purpley tone with this light purple, I'm going to bring close to the rock and make this rock fade to the sea because of distance. So I touch the rock and bring it to the purple and against the purple to the rock. So this is about the rock, and the last thing is just the shape of palm tree. Now I'm going to add these branches from the sky. It doesn't show exactly the tree trunk because it's out of our painting or our surface, and just we see all these branches here, and we can use pure brown color or this reddish brown. So start for this one first, draw the line, and if you see I go with the flat surface, a flat brush, and use the tip to draw the line. It's so easy to go with that, but if the brush be really narrow and clean, it's like that, it make a line, not spread everywhere. That's really good option to go with it. And then from left and right you can add some shape around this palm tree branch, exactly with the tip of brush, or even we can go with pointy and round brush. Both are okay. It depends which one is more easy and comfortable for you. With both we can draw some nice narrow line. So this is one. I'm going to go with the darkest one and then add the reddish in between. The other is like that, and it's moved down a little bit more toward the center. Even we can use heavy paint and make some tiny texture on top of each branch and leaves that we add, which is so nice. It depends, if you like, would be great. Now I'm going to add a little bit reddish a palm branch in between with this color, and it has two different way, like this side and a little bit that side. From left to right we can add some leaves. And sometimes the water can come and help us for moving our brush more easily. Not much, a little bit would be okay to have. And get rid of this hard movement of the brush stroke on top of the painting. And one other here we need to have. It's exactly on the back of this brownie one. Okay, then we can say everything is fine and nice to call it down. So our painting are finished. Beautiful landscape, warm sky, and nice branches of palm trees, and on top of this nice warm sunset on the river. So hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for joining me.